Welcome to No Excuses. My name is Mary Fran, and this is my place to come and talk about weight loss, fitness, life, everything, because it all goes together to make me the best version of me absolutely possible. And if you haven't already done so, like, subscribe, comment, do all of that because I love the interaction. Today we are going to be doing a weight loss struggle tag. I got tagged by Robbie and Susie both to complete in this one. So go back and check out both of those channels. Robbie is the one that actually created this, and these questions are incredible. But both of them have so much incredible insight in their answers. So please go ahead, check them out also. So here we go. There are 10 questions. They are all weight loss related, and they're awesome questions. Question number 1, why did you start your weight loss journey? And I'm actually kind of embarrassed to admit why I started my weight loss journey. I actually had made it up to about 315, 330 pounds, and I liked myself. I was fine with myself the way I am. I actually didn't feel overweight. I knew I was overweight, but I didn't feel horrible. And there was a couple things that happened. One day I was walking up the steps at work, and I realized that I was short of breath, and it wasn't even a full set of steps. It was just like a little half step to get into the building. And I'm like, I don't like that. But the biggest issue for me was the fact that I was in a marriage that was, I can look back and say right now, not healthy. And while my ex-husband never made comments about my weight, he would always make comments about, if you had straight hair, you'd be pretty. If your hair was just red, oh my word, I'd love you forever. And comments like that. And I would dye my hair red, and I would straighten it, and I would do all kinds of things trying to make him love me the way that I needed to be loved. And so when those things didn't work, I just started to look at it. I'm like, well, what else could it be? Maybe it's because I'm overweight. And so I started to lose weight to try to make my husband at the time love me. It's kind of embarrassing to admit. But it was there. I actually did lose all of my weight that I needed to lose, and I felt incredible. But as you guys can probably already guess, losing the weight didn't make him be a husband that he needed to be. He did not make him love me. It did not make him be true to me and our marriage vows. It didn't work. So consequently, I struggled and I started to gain weight. And when I finally left him, I guess the stress or whatever, I just gained more weight. And so that brings me back to where I am. Why I'm losing this time is not because I want anybody to love me. Jason actually loves me exactly the way he is. And in fact, he says, I don't want you to lose too much weight because he's that awesome. But this time I'm losing weight because I want to live a healthy life so I can spend every second of time with Jason. It took me till my mid-40s to find him, and I have to make up for lost time. So I don't want to die young. I don't want to end up in a wheelchair. I don't want to do that. I want to live my life to the fullest and enjoy every second. Number 2, do you have a food kryptonite? Or in other words, a food item that you just can't resist when it comes your way? I'm going to say peanut butter is the main one, just because when I start with peanut butter, I can't resist. Reese's Cups, even a spoonful of peanut butter is amazing. But honestly, for me, food kryptonite, it can be anything. One day it can be a piece of cake, and the next day it might be bread. I love my bread. So bread, cake, cookies, it changes because I am a food addict. Number 3, when is it the hardest for you to stay on track? For me, it's definitely the weekends. During the week, there's such a routine. You wake up at the same time. I shower. I do this. I do that. I do that. I have da. And it's just easier for me to stay on track when I have that routine. In the weekends, the routine is all thrown out. We could wake up this time. We could go to bed this time. We could go here. We could go there. It's just a crap shot. So weekends are really difficult for me. Number 4, what is one thing that you need to do differently? And without a shadow of a doubt, for me, that is consistency. I can start and I can do so good for a week or so, and then I kind of backtrack a little bit, and then I pull it back together, and then I backtrack a little bit, and then I rein it back in. If I was consistent every day, I would have amazing results, and I know it. Consistency is the key for me. Number 5, what has stopped you from being successful in the past? And I'm actually just going to say that what has stopped me, the biggest thing, is up here. I let other things get in the way. I let the divorce stop me. I let this stop me. I let that stop me. I let my thoughts and my emotions feed me, quite literally. And so for me, it's in my head. It's not that I don't want it. It's I let everything else clog everything up, and it just derails me. So for me, it's just the thoughts and in my head. I let everything else take over. Number 6, what is something that you wish you had learned and knew before you started this journey? And that goes back to that marriage. I wish I would have known that I was worth it for myself. I didn't have to lose weight to make somebody love me, because somebody needs to love me the way I am. So I wish I would have known that a lot younger. I know it now. That's what's important. I'm worth it for me, whether I weigh 330 pounds, which thank heavens I don't weigh, or whether I weigh the least amount that I ever have weighed as an adult. I'm worth it, and I love me for me. And I'm never ever going to lose weight for somebody else to make them love me, because I'm worth loving right the way I am. Oh dear, these questions just made me cry. Number 7, what is one positive aspect of this journey? And that goes into the same question. I learned so much about me, and I learned to love myself and to trust myself. And so for me, it was more of an emotional journey, because I learned so much about me. And I learned how much my body is capable of. And that just blows my mind. That is so positive to know that I am capable of going on a multiple hour hike, and I'm capable of riding a bike up a mountain. I'm capable of all of these things. What can I say? So yeah, I just gave you 2. I learned to love myself, and I learned that I'm capable of more than I give myself credit for. Number 8, what is your biggest complaint about this weight loss journey? And for me, that is the loss of innocence. I sometimes just sit back and say, oh my word, I wish I could just eat and not think about calories and fat content and carbs and how much weight this is going to cost me and this and that and the other. I wish that I could just sit back and eat a Reese's cup and go, that was good. But I lost the innocence of eating, and I miss that innocence of eating. I wish I could just enjoy food and not think about calories, points, anything. The innocence. I miss the innocence, and that's the biggest drawback to the weight loss. Number 9, do you have a new favorite food because of your weight loss? And I'm going to say that I actually do have a lot of new favorites that I have added over the years, but the one I'm going to say as the biggest new favorite is actually not food. So I'm going to break the rules a little bit. But what it is water. Years ago, I would only drink soda and Pepsi and this and that and the other. But it always had to be flavored and preferably with carbonation in it. And it took me a while, but eventually I got to the point that water is the best, amazing thing in the world. And so I have fallen in love with water. And in fact, a lot of times I'm like, I can't drink any more Pepsi because it's just whatever. Give me my water. So my new favorite is water. Number 10, is the journey worth it? 100%. Absolutely. Even regaining the weight has been worth it because it's taught me more about myself. And I do know how it feels the lower I get, and I cannot wait to keep losing weight. It is absolutely 100% worth it the whole way. So I'm going to tag a couple people. They're going to be here and here and here. I hope that you guys all do it because I want to hear your inspiration and your thoughts, because that's what helps keep me motivated to continue this journey. If I didn't tag you and you're interested, go ahead and do it also. There are no excuses in life. We have to live our lives to the fullest. We have to live our lives to the healthiest. No excuses.